This is going to be the wrap up for our day. This is our 5th day of vacation, but our 4th day at the park. So the first day was a travel day, and we have gone to a park every day after that. So today was Magic Kingdom Day, and as you can see, I'm wet. The shirt that you will be seeing this shirt in a souvenir haul because
hopefully it'll be dry by then.
Yeah, because this is a shirt that I bought today because we knew that once we went to the Magic Kingdom this morning, we were not going to come back to the room.
No, too much trouble.
It's a lot of trouble. You can get a bus at any time, but you have to wait at the bus, and the bus has to get you there.
Then you have to walk all the way out of the park, and then get on the bus, and then get back to the hotel.
And Magic Kingdom is not the closest park, for sure.
No,
it takes a little while to get
20
there.
minutes,
probably about 20 minutes.
15, 20.
So as you can see, I didn't do anything before this video. I did not. It is.
We walked in, that was it.
It's 10:56 at night. The park actually closes at 11. So we left probably 45 minutes early.
But it's raining.
It's raining, as you can tell. And so.
I think I look perfectly fine.
Yeah, you look fine. But the last time we were here, like, it's been like 5 or 6 years ago. The videos are on YouTube. I just don't remember the year. Ponchos were like $9 a piece. So I don't know how much they are now. I haven't looked at them. When it rains, we
either shelter, try to find a ride that's inside, or we just walk in it. Depends on how hard it is.
Fortunately for us, there was the threat pretty much towards all afternoon. But then it didn't really come until the very end of the night anyway. So it
really didn't start until about 8:30.
Yeah, we were very fortunate. And
even then, it was kind of just sprinkling.
It wasn't that bad.
Then we rode a ride, and then we came back out, and it was raining harder, but still wasn't drenching.
Right.
Wasn't as bad as the first day.
Right. Hold on, you got a hair on you. I don't want you to get that in your eye. You're still. Okay, sorry. I don't want you to get that in your eye. So what do you want to talk about?
Well, we always talk about the Genie Plus.
Oh yeah, and like we haven't done Genie Plus at all, and we didn't do it today either.
No, if you're gonna do it anywhere, Magic Kingdom would be where you'd want to get it at.
Definitely.
Because you will stand, especially if they're busy, and we've been to Disney three or four times.
This
before?
Is like our fourth or fifth.
I think it might be our 5th time.
I think this is our 5th time to Disney, yeah.
So the 4 times previously we've been, it's never been this busy. Never.
It's busier now, and they're saying like...
And there's reservations on the park. You're supposed to reserve them. So they're not supposed to be... Technically, they're saying they're not allowing as many people into the park.
I don't believe it. They're saying that their numbers... They're telling people that their numbers are not back to full capacity, but then they won't give you the numbers. I don't believe it. I'm sorry, I just don't believe it.
Anecdotally, being there and seeing with my eyeballs the difference between what it was like before and now.
It's night and day. It was so, and it was absolutely, you could not get on any ride that was less than...
Standby. Not
lightning, not if you paid for the Genie Plus. We didn't pay for the Genie Plus. But you could not get on any ride that is probably less than an hour and a half.
Yeah, there were a few 45-minute ones, but most rides.
The kiddie ones.
Even those we had to wait. Barnstormer, we waited for like almost an hour for that.
For Barnstormer, which is it's about a 40-second to a minute ride. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. It is literally like 40 seconds to 1 minute. It is not long at all. And we waited over an hour.
Yeah. So if you're going to do Genie Plus, do it for Magic Kingdom. If you pay for 1 day, do it for Magic Kingdom. Although some people, the guy was in the line in front of us in Barnstormer, he actually paid for Genie Plus, and he was in the standby line. And he said the bad thing is what happens is the big rides, like the Pirates of the Caribbean and the I don't know if Minecart had
I bet
I can't, whatever, the bigger rides.
Right.
Space Mountain, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He said all the reservation times, and this was like, 9:30 or 10 o'clock in the morning?
It was early, yeah. It was probably about lunchtime.
It may have been around 11 or 12, but he said they're already gone for the morning. You have to get them all for, like, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
And he said, the deal is you can only use one at a time. And he said, so if you reserve one of those big rides for the night, you can't add one to it. And he said, now we don't know. I've never looked into it, never researched it.
We're just going by what he said.
Yeah. He was saying you're supposed to be able to get one if you haven't used one for 2 hours.
Right.
So, like, if he did reserve one of those late ones, if he waited 2 hours, he should have been able to reserve an earlier one and then be able to use that one and still keep that night one. But even then, it doesn't. If the park's really busy, unless you pick a bunch of the really early, smaller rides and just keep those up, and not reserve a big ride until after the park closes and just go ride something big later or stand in line, I don't know that it's cost effective.
He said that it wasn't working for him. It would not let him schedule something after 2 hours.
Yeah, the 2 hour thing. It wouldn't let him do it.
It would not.
So he was stuck basically with that one.
With one
No,
reserve.
he didn't make it. He said, I would have been stuck with it later night. He said he didn't. They had a reservation for Dumbo in like half an hour after he got off there.
Okay.
And he said, when I use that, then I'll have an opening to go get another one. But so for us, I don't know. I do not like standing in lines, trust me, because my feet absolutely kill me. And standing in 2 hour lines for a 45-second ride is just crazy. So, I don't know.
We also noticed that some of the rides are better at incorporating the lightning lane people than other rides.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, we went on the not the mine car.
Thunder Mountain.
Big Thunder Mountain. We went on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and they seemed really, really good at incorporating the lightning lane people, which is the Fast Pass, with everybody else. So
we constantly moved.
We were constantly moving in that line, and it was a long, long, long wait. It was right at an hour.
It was dead on an hour. 65 minutes almost exactly.
Yes, but those lines weave in and out. You just don't even realize how much they weave in and out. But they were really good at incorporating those lightning lane people in with the standby people. They were not good at it at all on Space Mountain.
No, Space Mountain, we would literally stand in the standby line. Again, all standby. We would stand there for 15 minutes and not move about 1 inch.
Not move at one, and just stand there for 15 minutes.
And things were running. You could hear the roller coasters.
Oh yeah, nothing was shut down, anything like that, and it hadn't broken down, nothing had happened. But what would happen is a bunch of lightning lane people would come up,
and you would see them. You would see them walk by, and you say, "Well, we know we're going to wait for a while."
Because they'd get 40 people or whatever at a time, and instead of incorporating, like I said, and doing like 20 of them and 20 of us,
or 20 and 10, or anything,
they did all lightning lane people, and no people from our lane moved. So it's like, Kevin, at that point in the day, I think he was frustrated because...
I was very frustrated because, like I said, my feet were hurting already from just standing. If you've ever stood for 2 or 3 hours at a time and not moved a lot, I mean, just kind of basically shuffled,
right?
It makes your feet hurt.
Yeah.
Or it does mine.
Yeah.
And, I was very frustrated. And then for us to just stand there.
Right.
And then you see these lightning lane people just keep going.
Because that's fine for them to pay. That's okay.
That's great. But you still got people that have paid to get in.
Yeah, we've still paid for tickets too, and we don't want to stand in this line, literally not moving for 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah, they just didn't do a good job on that.
And
ride.
so,
there's been a couple other ones that were like that too.
We were on that ride for a long, long time.
Longer than it needed to be.
Just so you know how much busier it was. Back 5 or 6 years ago, whenever it was we were here last.
Or anytime.
Anytime we've ever been, we would have ridden everything in the park by probably 6 o'clock at night. Truly.
At least once.
We would have ridden everything. We would have been up in front of the castle. We would have even seen shows. We would have done all kinds of things. We would have gone shopping. Today, we did not even see the castle again until it was starting to get dark. It was starting to get dark, and we had been in Tomorrowland the entire day and didn't ride everything. We didn't do the Laugh, I know that's a show, but we didn't do the Monsters Inc. Laugh Factory. We didn't do that. I want to call it the launch pad, but it's not.
Orbit.
Astro
Astro
Orbiter. We didn't do that either. Is that the only two things we did?
Yeah, I didn't see Lilo and Stitch over there anymore. They must have closed that.
Oh, because it was awful.
It was awful.
But anyway.
I didn't see it. They may
so
still have it. I just didn't
my
see it.
point is, we were over there until well past 6 o'clock at night, probably 6:30.
Yeah, then we left to go eat. That's the only reason we saw the castle.
Yeah, we still didn't ride 2 rides over there when before, years ago, like I said, we would have done the entire park. Now, that's how many people are in there. It was a sea of people.
So numbers was a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Lightning Lane is ruining it for people that's not paying for Lightning Lane.
Yes, I think
truly
they
do.
are making a point. I think Disney's making a point.
Yeah, if you don't buy
If you don't buy
We don't
yours,
care.
we don't care about you. We don't care about
That's
you.
what it feels like.
We don't care how long you wait in line. We don't care about you. There's also
we only care about your money.
yeah, we want the money. There's also a special.
But I've heard other people say that too.
Yeah, because what Kevin said, I said, why is Genie Plus so different than the Fast Pass? And Kevin said, because they didn't give out as many Fast Passes. Now
It didn't seem that way.
no, so you only got like so many Fast Passes a day, and that was it. Now they're giving this Genie Plus. Anybody that pays for it is getting it. So it's like this. And everybody's getting the Genie Plus, and so if you don't want to pay for that, you're just left out in the cold. And they even have like, I was going to say, a special app for your phone. Like if you take pictures, you can put these special filters and stuff on your pictures, but it's only for Genie Plus. You don't get to do that if you're just a paying park guest.
Right.
You know, not everybody gets to enjoy the app.
Yeah.
It's only for people who do the Genie Plus.
Yeah. And I know we've harped on this.
We've
Too
griped.
long.
We have griped, but that's
But-
okay. We've had really good days so far. I think we're allowed to give our opinion.
Well, all the other parks except Magic Kingdom only have about six to eight rides, period. I
Right.
mean, total.
So it's not as hard to ride all of those.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom has
has a ton of rides.
15 rides.
Yeah,
probably.
there's a lot of rides at Magic Kingdom, but we did get to ride a lot.
Yeah, once it got dark,
Once it
everybody
got
was
dark.
watching fireworks. We were riding stuff.
Yeah, so we did not go see the fireworks
But we
show.
knew we were going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow night. We may stand there, we may not, you know. But we were able to ride, like It's a Small World,
Mansion.
Peter Pan, Haunted Mansion, things like that were booked solid all day long. We were able to basically, now we still stood in line for Peter Pan for like 25 minutes. But It's a Small World was a walk-on. Haunted Mansion was a walk-on.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was
'cause we just walked right into the room. Didn't
yeah,
we?
it was a good time to go to those when everybody else.
Yeah.
It was raining, and everybody was watching the fireworks in the rain.
Yeah, but I remember years past, there were times during the day where you could almost walk on.
Yes, it's not that
Almost.
way anymore.
Not quite. And at
Not
least
that way
not
anymore.
with the numbers they had today, because it was bad.
Yeah.
And Universal, some people might be going, what about Universal? They've got the same thing. They're selling stuff. I do know that if you stay in a couple of the resorts, you get it free.
It's
get
included.
You get unlimited for free if you stay at one of their more expensive resorts.
Yes.
So that's cool. The Disney one only allows you to have one ride pass per ride. So you can only ride Space Mountain one time in Lightning Lane, which is probably a good thing, because if they did unlimited like Universal,
We would be in trouble.
stand by, you might as well
We
tell
would
people
never
not
get
to
on
ride.
it. Yeah, you would never get on
This
it.
is a Lightning Lane only,
Ride.
Genie Plus ride only.
Yeah.
Because everybody would just keep doing it over and
Yeah.
over again. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
literally, that's what you would do.
Absolutely.
I just personally like the old Fast Pass better. It seemed to be more efficient. Their lines weren't as long. People seemed to be perfectly happy.
Yeah, they were happy. I don't know why they changed it.
It's a cash grab. Yeah, it's 100% a cash grab
Yeah.
on their part, and it's not helping them.
I
in the
sat
long run,
next
'cause-
to a guy the other day in Soarin', and he told me, he said he had tickets for Universal, and he was at Disney, and
he said he wanted to spend one day at Disney.
yeah, he said Universal is so much cheaper. He said it is so much cheaper to go to Universal, and so if we want to go to an amusement park, which I'm sure we will, we'll probably be doing Universal next.
Yeah, at least try it.
Yeah. So today we only got, now you remember if you watched yesterday's the wrap up from day 3, I had gotten like 30 something thousand steps. 36. Today we only got 14,213. That's because we stood in line for so long.
Yeah, you don't walk a lot. You're
No.
shuffling.
We stood in line every single ride for the greater part of the day. We stood in line for a very, very long time. So do you have a favorite ride that you rode today? It's kind of hard to be happy about something, about even getting on something. You're kind of bitter once you've stood in line that long, and it only lasts 40 seconds. It's kind of like, well, we got screwed. It just feels like I just stood in line for 2 hours. This ride's 40 seconds.
Well,
something's wrong.
Some things like the barnstorm that we waited for an hour for that 45-second ride.
Yeah.
That is not a lightning lane issue.
Right.
That is a numbers issue.
Yes, that's too many people.
If they're saying that their numbers not back up, well, they should be after this week because everywhere we've been has been completely packed.
Completely. I mean, you could hardly walk.
Yeah.
That's how packed it was.
Every park we've been in so far has
It
been
was
more
like-
busy than ever.
It was like, this is Fort Lauderdale spring break, and everybody's going to descend on
literally.
Disney. It was crazy.
Yeah, if they don't say their numbers are back up or close to what they were, because I think they're over. Then I think they're just hiding the fact that they're making more money than they want to admit.
Yeah, I don't think they want people to know because the virus is still a thing, and I don't think
I don't think they want people to know because they're charging more money for Express Pass or Lightning Lane, whatever. They're not doing the Magical Express where it takes you from the airport anymore. They got rid of that, so that's costing you more money. Everything's costing more.
Everything's costing more.
And,
Every time we buy a Coke, it's $4.99.
Yeah.
It's $5. It's
Yeah,
$5 for a bottle of Coke. And in Magic Kingdom, you cannot drink the water.
Well, you could, but
It tastes like sulfur. So you didn't have a favorite today?
I really enjoyed. I always enjoy Haunted Mansion.
Which we did at the end of the
Pirates of
night.
the Caribbean was nice. They've refreshed a lot of these rides too. We noticed that.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion they did. They want that to be old and dirty, but It's a Small World was refreshed.
Pirates of the Caribbean,
they changed a lot in it.
Yeah, we saw like a whole new scene. They have a scene with like almost all elderly people in it now.
Trying to auction off chickens and stuff.
Yeah.
So I like those two, but those have always been kind of my favorite.
Yeah.
I've got to the point where I like Space Mountain, but it throws you around so much that
It's jerky.
It's just not. I don't know that it's that much fun.
Yeah.
I like the Thunder Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain. I like it better than I like Space Mountain.
Yeah. And that Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is the smoothest.
It is, but
It's so smooth.
it is, but it's not very fun. It's okay. It's not. I liked it better this time than the first time I rode it.
It doesn't have a lot of the like some elements of surprise because it is so smooth. It's just it glides, but it's a nice smooth ride.
Yeah.
I think kids would like that a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a step up for Barnstormer.
Right.
Although
Yeah.
Barnstormer was pretty jerky too.
Yeah, it was jerky too.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're gonna. I promise you, I'm gonna have a more relaxing day.
Yeah. Today, well, I think today was relaxing.
It was relaxing. It was just for me, it was rough because.
Like I
of
said, I didn't even get my 20,000 steps
Yeah.
like I normally do.
Yeah, I'm not saying we rushed around, but I don't. We probably won't ride as much. We'll probably ride the things we didn't ride for sure.
We have a list. We looked at the list. There's a list of things that we missed, and we will probably go back and ride those. And then I did not buy any souvenirs today. I still have several people to buy for, and I have to buy
Yeah,
those
so we'll
tomorrow.
go through those.
I bought this today because it was
knew
it
it'd
was
get
cold. It was cold, and I needed it because we didn't want to come all the way back to the
We'll
ride.
probably watch some more shows like the Hall of Presidents. And
Yeah, I
stuff
like
like
the Hall of
that.
Presidents.
We'll do some sit down stuff too. Whereas today it was all about standing in lines. Tomorrow we'll do some sit down stuff.
Right.
And we did catch one pop up like parade thing.
That was
It
so,
was cute.
you know
They
what?
don't last very long.
I
They're-
probably enjoyed that just as much as any
Anything.
ride.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it was like this pop-up parade, and Marie was in it from the Aristocats. But it had all kinds of people. If you watched the video, you already saw it. But it was cool because I like the idea of that, because you didn't have to stake out a place for 2 hours or 2 or 3 hours beforehand. We were just walking down the street, and we were right there in the front. And I said, let's stay right here where we're at. And I filmed it, and I was right up front for it. So that was awesome.
Yeah, they're supposed to have started up there, wherever that fantasy one is.
Yeah, we didn't get to see the Festival of
didn't see
Fantasy
that.
because we were in Tomorrowland all
Yeah.
day. So maybe tomorrow
Maybe
we'll
tomorrow.
catch it. Maybe not. We'll just have to see how it goes. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts, you can put them below. And thanks for watching.